I'm attributing it to the fact that when I was trying to promote the show, I didn't even mention that we were doing comedy. I just talked about the air conditioning that they've got here at John Cocteau. 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. only $10. But I'll tell you, out of all the places in the world, out of all the scenarios, of all the things that I could think of that I could be doing right now, this is literally my second choice, literally my second preference of things I could be doing. As for my first preference, I work 2 jobs. I've got a lot of projects on hand, and so I'm always tired. And that just means that I'm always just thinking about bedtime. That's just all I want at all times. And I know I can't be the only one, right? There's got to be someone else here thinking, oh, this is great, ha ha ha, but really I just want to go home and go to bed. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand. I'm there. And that's it. That's all I want to do with my life. It's just... I don't fantasize about this anymore. I certainly don't fantasize about this. Those days are gone. I only every so often do I still fantasize about this one. Just a bit. But yeah, that's it. I'm just all day, every day at work, whatever I'm doing. I might be talking to you, looking at you, looking you in the eye. But really, I'm just thinking, I'll get there. Just hang in there, Nick. You'll get there. What a thing to aspire to, right? People can ask me, what do you do? What do you want to do with your life? That's it. That's the only answer I got. And there's a terrible irony to it because it's not like you actually enjoy sleep actively. You don't remember it. You're not there for it. In fact, if you think about it, the best part of the day leads instantaneously and directly to the worst part of the day. So you're getting comfortable, you're relaxed, like finally, I can just oh God! No! I can't do it again! It goes from my favorite part of the day to my usual morning existential crisis, and I still love it. It's like let's say you're about to get laid. You know what I mean? Like you're getting to the best part, which is for me where I feel like I'm not going to screw up anymore. I'm there, and you're like, all right, about and all of a sudden you've got a baby in your arms. You got to change diapers. You got to remember birthdays, pay child support, and that's how it works. And best case scenario is that you dream. You have a dream. And I've found now that as an adult, the only thing that I can dream about is work. That's all I dream about. Like out of all the creativity and imagination in my brain, the best that I can do is like, oh, let's just go back to work, I suppose. Right? And that's it. That's all I get. So like imagine I'm sitting there, I'm stirring eggs, which is my real life job. Is what I do. I just stir eggs. And I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, all right, I've been here 3.5 hours. It means I've only got 4.5 hours until I get like, and then I have to go right back to work. It's insane. So I'm pulling double time, and the worst part is I don't even get paid for half of it. I even tried to bring it up with HR and tried to get some of that money. They asked me if I was retarded, which I find to be a little bit inappropriate, but who am I bringing that up with? You know what I mean? So that's it. That's my life right now. I'm working 2 shifts. I'm getting paid for 1, and all I want to do, no matter what exciting things are going on, is that. That's it. That's what's going on right now. So anyway, very funny, very sad. I'm gonna take I want to take a second actually here since I've got the mic and since I'm talking. I very much believe in kind of community outreach stuff. I think it's not only is it good to make people laugh, but it's also good to let people learn something a little bit or two. And I've noticed there's a huge disparity of communication here in Santa Fe. We've got a lot of white English speakers and a lot of Spanish speakers, and I feel like there's a lot of disconnect there. So I'm just going to take a second here to do my part to try to connect those people again. So basically, I tried to think of some kind of white American English phrases that people might be trying to communicate with their Spanish brothers that they just don't know how. And so I'm going to take a second here, and I want to just try to teach some Spanish here, some phrases that I think will connect us all a little bit better. And I'm really trying here to get an authentic accent, really get a genuine pronunciation of everything I'm about to read you here. So, number 1, Usted no ha limpiado mi piscina lo suficientemente vato, which roughly means, you didn't clean my pool enough, bro. Thank you. Number 2. Cree usted que yo mirara fresco en un sombrero, which means, do you think I would look cool in a sombrero? And then number 3, this might be the most important one of all. Creo que deberías considerar ultimamente una dieta libre de gluten. Which means, I think you should highly consider a gluten-free diet. So thank you guys, thank you for bearing with me there. Go out there, connect, use these sentences, let's make a better Santa Fe. Alright, let's get back into the laughs. I'm going to tell you a story about how I tried to be a real man. This story involves me changing the oil in my car for the first time. And I know for a lot of you people out there, that's on the manliness scale, it's somewhere in between changing you're dressing yourself in the morning and getting your first hand job. But I'm still very proud of myself, and I'll say this, I'm gonna get that hand job. But yeah, anyway, I'd known for ages that I needed to change the oil in my car. I thought I could do it myself, but I'm the type of guy who gets nervous, who thinks of bad scenarios. I was worried the car would fall on my head. I was worried I'd accidentally cut my brake lines. I'm enough of an idiot that I was worried that I would change the oil in someone else's car. I thought I'd be under there and be like, wait a minute, I don't drive the shuttle to the Sandia Casino Resort. Casino? Ah! So I was sitting there, I was thinking these thoughts, and it was about this time where I decided I'm going to have myself a beer. And so I drank a beer. And I started getting a little bit more confident. Started thinking, you know what, I can do this. This is not so hard. People do this every day. So I had myself another beer. And about this point, I'm starting to think to myself, you know what, I'm pretty much the 4th Pep Boy. I can do anything I want. So I grab myself some tools, sure, I grab an oil pan, waltz right out to my car, jack the car up, get really into it too. And I got these terrible, I think they're called jack lifts or something like that. You jam it under your car. I'm pretty sure I got the cheapest ones, so I'm pretty sure they're not even for real cars. They're for those stupid, those little smart cars. Like it's the cars that you buy out of the vending machine. You just swipe your card and it pops out and you drive it on home. But I was trying to use it on a real car, but like I said, I was feeling confident at this point. Its wobbliness did not faze me. I figured as long as the wind doesn't pick up, I'll be just fine. So anyway, I jammed myself under the car here, like that. I looked for the lug nut, which was surprisingly easy. It was just like nothing, and then like a bullseye, just one lug nut. So I figured, at this point, I'm already kind of congratulating myself on a job well done. You know what I mean? Found the lug nut. So I'm twisting it and kind of saying to myself, Nick, you're the man. You can do anything. You're a natural born. Which I spilled a little oil, and I'm the type. I'm never used to having like a hot mess like that surprise me in the face. You know what I'm saying? So I spit, wiped my eyes a little bit, but for the majority, I got it into the pan. I only spilled a little bit of oil into this beautiful land. I think worst case scenario, maybe 2 baby seals bit it. But that's it. But yeah, so I was feeling good. I was feeling happy. I figured to myself, have another beer. And so I did. And so at this point, things get a little hazy. I remember I was under there for a while, jimmying, prying around. I remember I got into a fight with my neighbor at one point. Yeah, my precious garden. Something like that. And I remember I spent a lot of time crying. But the point is this. When I woke up in the bushes the next day and got in my car and turned it on, went flawlessly. In fact, I'll even say this. I drove it down here to the John Cocteau tonight, and it left a convenient little trail for me. And I said, LA, when I go home tonight, there's no way I'm getting lost. I'm gonna go right back home. But the moral of this story is that it got me thinking about the way that alcohol is marketed. And I kind of think that they do a bad job. that you've obviously seen alcohol commercials. It's all about being cool, being hip. You got these rad dudes where they're kind of, I don't know if they frost their tips anymore, but they did at one point. They opened a beer. They all look like they would have kicked the shit out of me in high school. All these chicks show up in bikinis just miraculously. And they look like they would have beat me up in high school. And it's just, I think it's the wrong scene. I think what they really need to do is they need to make them a little bit more like a Home Depot ad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do it. Booze can help. Like, that's the angle they need to be going for. Because there's a lot of stuff that you need to do that you don't want to do. So, I've got a couple kind of prepared pitches here. I've chosen my favorite and finest alcohols. And just in case there's any kind of marketing execs here, I want to throw out just a couple ideas I have for slogans for said alcohols. So, here we go. Starting off with Mickey's. Fuck it, let's just clean the entire house. We got Jack Daniels. You can figure out how to rewire your garage. Or Jack Daniels, nothing can go wrong. We've got Steel Reserve. Let's take apart the microwave for no reason. And I do want to point out, by the way, this is not limited to just home and auto repair. Because I guarantee there's a lot of you people out there right now with a lot of stuff that you have to do that you don't want to do sober. So, continuing on. We've got Old Crow. Tell her how you really feel. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Stop putting off that prostate exam. Or I'll throw this out there, Pap Smear as well. That works equally as well. We got Four Loko. I didn't like that job anyway. and then finally, Jose Cuervo. Make your toilet a fiesta. All right, everybody. Thank you so much.